All right, guys, we're back here. We got 6 minutes till it starts back up, so we're going to talk 6 minutes about me getting my ass bluffed off by Jeremy Kaufman.
Sounds good. But first off, cheers.
Oh, cupcakes and scotch, the way it should be.
The way it should be. Gotta have the Macallan, though, man.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Macallan. Always a classy drink.
Shout out to Macallan. Not a sponsor.
They should be, though.
I love you're like, shout out to Macallan. Always a classy drink. It's just like, all right.
Well, hey, listen, I'm going to be drinking
the
Kimosabi. I got a case coming to my house of both their kinds. I'm very excited. I told my wife to, not be surprised when a case of alcohol shows up. She wouldn't be, but,
yeah.
I don't want to drink it all while she's breastfeeding.
Right. That would be bad for the little
Okay,
dudes.
so let's give a rundown for the viewers who didn't tune in yesterday and aren't familiar with the hand. There was a double straddle by Matt Glantz. I opened, so it was $200 straddle. We're all really deep, me, Matt, and Jeremy. I opened a 700 on Matt's blind because he defends a little too wide, and I want to appear to have a stronger range than I had.
But hold on. You're opening 5 deuce suited in the cutoff.
Yeah, into 4 blinds.
Into 4 blinds, one of which defends way too loose.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm totally not with you.
Okay, I like position, and
I like
the reason why I raised more, I'm going to play in position with him, but I raised more to get him to fold a lot of hands that dominate me. And if I made 600, he's calling like 90%. If I make it 700, he's calling like 65, 60%.
You're getting destroyed in that raise, if that's true.
Well, they play worse than me post-flop.
Okay. Well,
one of them does. I'm talking about Glantz. Okay,
apparently not.
Jeremy was the unexpected.
Apparently not.
Now,
all right. Okay.
So Jeremy's in the single straddle at 100. He calls the 700. And Glantz calls. So there's about 2,200 in the middle. Flop comes 10-4 deuce rainbow, I believe. I check to me, I bet 1,100. I see bet a ton. Doug always loved checking bottom pair. I love betting bottom pair. That is.
I think actually the correct strategy is to mainly check.
But I think 10-4 deuce is a good one to bet bottom pair on.
10-4
deuce.
Yeah,
and I have a 5
because equities run closer together.
Yes,
so
it's way different than Queen 7, like something that's more higher cards.
Yeah.
The 4 and the deuce are just so rarely.
I do think that mixing a small amount of betting it is correct. I just think the better play on average is check.
I just don't like in three-way pots letting 2 people with overcards get there and just realize they're.
But it opens up if people want to raise you a bunch.
Yes.
And you're playing people that Jeremy will raise you, man.
Matt doesn't raise. Matt's a caller, so. I know it's so different because it's three-way pot and one's so drastically different.
I'm okay with it.
Anyway, so we got to get to the hand, and we're going to talk too much semantics. We really have to get to the river. Anyway, Jeremy calls pretty quickly. Glantz folds, and now turn comes an ace, brings a flush draw. I think with the deuce. He checks. Now I check back. Now Jeremy's frequency has been very high at check raising.
Why not bet the turn if you bet the flop?
Huh?
Why not bet the turn?
Turn I checked.
I know. Why not bet?
Because I just thought he would never fold a better hand, and I have now a pair and a gut shot. And I just want to check back, and I think that ace hits all his ace threes, ace fives. He has 3-5 suited pre, and I didn't normally versus other people might fold 4s, 5s through 9s. I don't think Jeremy, if he had those hands, is going to fold the turn.
Right.
So that's why, and if I have to bet, I have to 3-barrel. So I decide to check with some equity, and and concealed equity. I thought if a deuce 3 or 5 came, I would definitely get called by one pair, or even be able to get raised in the river and be unexpected versus Jeremy. So. River comes, one of my great cards, the deuce. Jeremy bets 1,700, which is a small bet for him. So I thought that he had showdown value. So I make a big raise, and Doug, you made a similar big raise versus him on day 1, where he snap called with a king on ace-ace-king, jack with a backdoor flush draw that you backdoored.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I was like, he's just going to snap call a 10 or a 4 every time to this large raise.
He's not betting a 4.
He might bet. He
has a 10 or an ace.
He might bet a 4. You never know. That's he might think I call king high.
I actually don't think he would bet a 4.
Okay.
I'm going to give him some credit here.
All right. So whatever. So he bets.
It's still raised, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I raise, and I raise like 8,200. He takes for a while, not that long, but a while for him, and then goes all in for 20,100 more. And now, like a lot of people say, my range is capped there. It is capped, but you'll see, I played a hand yesterday where I checked 2 pair in a similar spot to a turned ace. I do have some boats there. I never have 3-5. But I also don't have many trip deuces. My deuce range is deuce 3, deuce 4, deuce 5.
How are you playing aces on the turn if you get that turn?
Bet.
Okay, so that's definitely a strike in the category for a call then. If you're not going to have it, because
I understand.
I think a hand like aces is actually.
But here,
I think a hand like aces is actually kind of a nice hand to check sometimes.
The reason why you know, because I talk about his turn raising frequency, but on the river, I don't think he's the type to exploit a capped range. I don't think he's going to see me raise that deuce and be like, oh, he has tripped deuces. I'm going to try to bluff him off it. I don't think Jeremy's thinking that way. I think
so
Jerry,
either.
when he explained his logic later, he thought I never had a deuce. So he thought he was re-bluffing my bluff. He didn't think ever that he would bluff me with value hand. Like he said, if he knew I had tripped deuces, he would have never went all in. Like I don't think he would ever went for it. If my hand was face up, he would never shove the river.
Well, the way that I would approach this is I would start off with thinking out my pre-flop open range out of the cutoff. And, you know, given your strategy of just open stuff, that could be a lot of hands.
Yeah.
And that means you have a lot of deuces.
But not that many, though. Because deuce 4 bets the turn,
but you
ace
don't-
deuce bets the
but-
turn most of the time.
but the
So I have
thing-
deuce 3 and deuce 5. And deuce 3, I don't even necessarily always open. I know you think that probably deuce 3 is better than deuce 5.
You're going to not open queen deuce, king deuce suited?
Okay, king. All right, forgot
Queen
about
deuce
that
suited?
one. Yeah,
Come on.
okay.
All right. So you got like.
All right,
you
you're
got
right.
some deuces.
Doug is
Okay.
always right on these things.
So you have some deuces.
Yeah.
And then if you're not checking any of those sets, then you basically, the best hand you can have here really is a deuce, or occasionally, dude, you're not checking 2-pair on the turn versus Jeremy.
So I agree.
I don't think you are. So the question is, what deuces do you call and what deuces do you fold? Because if you fold all of them, you get exploited.
But he's not. But he's not the type to
No,
exploit.
I'm not talking about you.
But
I'm talking about you.
But people want to talk about the hand exactly. I'm playing against the fish.
I'm talking
going to
about
only
the
play
hand
against the
exactly.
fish.
I'm talking about the hand exactly.
I don't think the fish was exploiting me, or even he's not on the level to exploit.
I just don't even know what to say. You got massively bluffed in
did.
a pot where I'm just saying have a correct call range. You're like, no, but he's not going to bluff. I don't even know what I don't even know what to say to that because he did bluff.
Well, let me go back to another point, like why me and Jeremy's interactions. Jeremy played very tight versus me in general, especially on day 2. You know, I was the other deep set guy. He knows I'm a better poker player than him. He really didn't.
I like just throwing that into the analysis.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like he's not.
He knows he's outclassed. He knows he has no shot.
No, he does have a
he's
shot.
gonna
He
get
knows.
gunned down.
He
I'm just
like,
kidding.
but we had played a couple big pots, and I got the best of him. I'd already stacked him for a 50K pot, and so I knew he was folding a ton pre-flop to me. He had yet to call flop light. He even folded middle or bottom pair a couple times to me. There was a time when I check raised you and him, he folded top pair to me. So like he's made some reasonably large folds versus me. So when he called the flop, I never would have thought he just had 9-5 with a backdoor flush draw on that board. He just had stone nothing on the flop.
I mean,
and that's the first time he ever had called me in 2 days with nothing on the flop. So when I break down his range, and he slow played a set the one time he had it versus me, that it all makes sense that he's more likely to have a better hand, and he doesn't just have.
But dude, you're playing someone that you know fires huge. He's played a bunch of pots where he just went off.
Yeah, but he bet small and then fired huge.
I know, but he's. I mean, Jeremy. Well, for starters,
I know. Oh, let me say another point. When we played the after session, when he won like 30, 40,000 after day 1, he played a lot tighter. All his big bets were value. Every time he did antics, we talked about the way he talked. There was a whole lot of things pushing me towards folding.
I just don't even look at poker like this, so it's hard for me to even.
Yeah,
have a
and like,
conversation
and also
about it.
one of my live reads things is during that hand pre-flop, Alan Richardson sweated Jeremy's cards, and I was looking at Alan to try to get a read, and Alan looked strong as well as Jeremy looked strong. So the point that they both looked very confident, you know, I thought he wasn't bluffing.
Yeah, I'm just going to create a call range based around the size of the hand, the size of the bet, and what my range is.
But yeah, but there's
And so
if
like,
your opponent
I
is,
mean, like the thing is,
Have
if
you
I say that, and then you're like, oh, but reads and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, if you want to just like live in the woods and chop trees
Yeah.
down, you're welcome to do that. But I'm going to be in society. We have rules. We have street lights. You go when it's green. You stop when it's fucking red, and yellow means slow down.
Yeah.
By the way, we got Volpe up in the mix.
Oh,
Tournament legend.
the Paul Volpe. He's coming to collect money because apparently I owe him, and you know
Volpe's
no, I did
always,
not pay you yet.
Volpe's always coming to collect money.
He's actually
Always.
he's really bad at collecting. He forgets. I shouldn't say that on camera.
Remember.
Yeah, eventually. But luckily with me, I always remind him that I owe him money.
Yes.
So I've
But
been
yes,
honorable
I am
with him.
leaving, so paying me would be
Do you got money on you, Matt?
He's actually here for money.
Oh, perfect.
Also,
this'll
Volpe,
work.
one of the few other poker pros who also uses Snapchat.
Yes, that's right. What is this? Paul G's.
Paul G's. Let's just
All right,
we'll
perfect.
do a quick snap right now.
Borgata good?
That is great.
All right. You owe me a little bit, but you can keep it as juice, you know, for me taking so long to pay you.
Let's take
Kind of weird.
a quick
Hey.
picture for Snapchat here, dude. Let's go for it once this thing loads.
So we got a little hand
All
going
right.
down. Hey, hold on. This is a big hand going. Dentale raised
Volpe
the.
right here.
Anything to get on the pulse?
There you
Oh,
go.
listen. Oh, Doug, you got to see this hand. Dentale raised to 400. Cate called. Dentale bet 700 on 7 deuce deuce. Hall's now check raising 3x with 8-4 off. So let's see
Ooh,
how Dentale plays this.
that's a real crazy raise. She's using some non-equity with a backdoor straight draw.
I've been watching. You're both playing so tight. Do you agree?
Well, I wouldn't call this hand tight, Paul.
Oh, not
This,
this.
this,
No.
this
Great-
hand is
great
not.
read.
Leading up
Great
to
read.
Yeah, I think
It's just
it's been very. We've both been very surprised, like how slow the play's been. You know, and a lot of spots like, oh well, he's gonna bluff here. It's a great card. You know, he's got all these cards. His hand's so weak. They're not really making range-based decisions. And even I recognize that the non-range-based player.
Well, the thing I think what Kate's trying to say here is if she only raises with flush draws, she's not going to bluff enough. So she's taking some hands that do not have showdown value, that have a little bit of backdoor playability to raise. I'd prefer hands like clubs. I'd prefer a hand like 8-6.
But what I would feel like a spade would be better than clubs because then he's less likely to have spades himself.
But I mean, clubs and spades are going to be a call.
Dentale's not calling with like queen 10 of clubs here. Come on,
Dude, I think he is.
you. That is just too advanced a play for this match.
He's floated a lot lighter than that.
That's true.
Also, did he call off with Queen 5? Was that right?
The action was actually correct. He did call off with queen 5 for 20. But he was over it. He wanted to beat deep stack, so he knew the best way was to call and get another fresh 15.
It's really bizarre. Really bizarre.
Fresh 15 is a great way of putting that. Fresh, just a fresh 15.
As fresh as that Teletubby tee he's wearing. Is Cate gonna call
So
clock
Paul,
on him?
are
She
you,
looks
are,
like-
you, are you planning on beasting the World Series again this summer, as usual?
I'm going to try.
Are you gonna make that Player of the Year bet you were discussing?
We haven't come out with the middle line
Okay.
still, but I would like to do it. Not
I
the Queen
offered
5
to
there.
him if he Player of the Year if I'm 10 spots below him I win. I think was that what I offered you and you countered with like 5 or something?
Yeah.
I just because I'm a family man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play.
Playing nonstop.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
that's what I got so mad.
Oh, no, only one. Only one.
What'd she show? The 4 of hearts?
I assume the 4.
But
Why
then
not
you could
show
have
the
deuce.
8?
Yeah. No, the ace spades, you can put her on spades.
I-
I think the
You
4
should
hearts is the
both.
better.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually,
I'm a fan of.
Actually, I'm going to go to the next level. Well, I see what you're saying, but Mike might think that means she had it.
But I'm saying, because Mike's done that every time.
Yeah.
He's shown the
So you-
shitty card
yeah.
that's random.
So
So
you-
showing the 4 hearts makes him put her on deuce 4 hearts every time.
But he's going to feel good about that.
Yeah.
He assumed she just had
You got a
the
cold one, hon? You have a cold one?
Another Red Bull for Mikey. I don't know if
Speaking,
Red
brought
Red
to you
Bull.
by Red Bull, sponsoring this weekend.
Are you guys drinking
No, we're not drinking.
scotch?
Refreshing.
How does
Yeah,
Red
we're
Bull and
mixing it up.
Scotch go?
It doesn't.
All right, Cate with a little decent hand.
Yeah, this is actually a nice setup. I
Yeah,
like it.
we can hear the table banter.
The only problem is how close the stairs get to you. Other
Well,
than that, it's
Doug
like-
actually just standing even hits.
I can't stand up.
Oh, look at this.
I just have to. I haven't.
All
done it
right,
yet.
so
Ooh, big flop.
Cate checks back.
Check.
Brick number 1
That's-
for
That
Dentale.
is Brick City. And Cate is going to call here. 2 overs. This is a very polarized looking bet. Yeah, we're going to see a call, and we're going to play some poker, guys.
Let's see a jack. Let's see a jack. Oh, the worst card in the
Brick
deck.
City. And will Mike go for it? They would not.
You will and it will.
It will. It's just, the problem is you have to go for it with 9 high, but it's just never gonna work. Like, just burn it.
Sizing's never working. 700
Why?
is not good.
He's done these small bets so many times. What-
Well, having a jack isn't good if you're Cate.
But I'm saying,
Like,
like,
ace king, ace
the
queen
funny
are
thing
much
is, like,
better
with the
calls.
sizing, I know she's not gonna full ace jack because he could be. She could even think he's vibing worse ace high, but
It's
he's
also
not.
quiet for the first time, like, ever.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you an 8. I'm gonna show you an 8.
I don't chat in the river, but people get so chatty when they have the goods. They just can't help it. It's just that, they're happy, little chit chat.
Yeah.
Except for
How's it going?
Jeremy.
I'll show you the 5.
Jeremy
Yeah,
was real chatty.
Except Jeremy.
It's tough hand with the 5.
It's okay. You
So
know.
anyway, but in Kate's spot,
Hey,
here, she can have a 10,
do you want-
she can have a
Doug.
7, she can have a 4.
I just realized why he bluffed that hand. Because I beat him with
That's
9-5
pretty
suited.
close. What should I
He was
do?
strictly getting me back because of the exact hand that he had.
Calling
No
here
way.
with ace high.
100% that was his logic. I just thought of it.
100%. I just thought of it.
It has to be his
That sounds
logic.
like a joke. 100%. I just thought about it.
I'm serious. I really believe
I know
like
he's serious.
you never like play a hand just because like he wants to outplay with 9-5 back, and he did.
I do that all the time.
I know you don't, but us street players, Paul Volpe would.
What?
Some guy shows you like I won an absurd pot versus the fish with 9-5 suited
Volpe-
to start the session. So he floated me on the flop with 9-5 suited.
What's
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
No. Hold on. So I actually think in this spot you're supposed to fold like. Yeah, there's nothing.
Like I said,
Thank you.
I know exactly what you have.
Hold on.
Nice.
Let's hear Dentale rant.
It's supposed to be a snap call, just so you know. You're so bad, it's amazing. My God,
You talked me into it.
you're so bad. It's just amazing.
He really
Cracking
needs
another
less
Red
Red
Bull.
Bull. This is Red Bull number 4. We might have a counter of how many times Dentale's been bluffed and how many Red Bull he's drank.
We
'cause
need that.
We're on par right now.
We need that.
My God.
No, I actually think Volpe plays like.
Thank God this is
I
recorded.
mean, I'd say Volpe plays pretty theoretically sound overall.
No.
I think so.
I played.
Doesn't
Really?
sound like
I've
they
actually
went too
played-
kind
I've
to
played
you
with
in
Volpe a
Twitch
decent
chat
shot.
I think he's
or on
great.
the stream.
But I thought he's a
Kate,
street
you're
player.
a horror show.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
But
All I know is
theoretically, it's
what
not.
I'm
know
always
that.
interested
Think
about
that, which
Volpe.
is
Everybody
absolutely
thinks that,
nothing.
Kate. Everybody. Everybody. Even all the people that
Why was
talk to
the
you.
line? Why was I the big favorite then?
You want me to show you texts? Name the person that you think's your friend. I'll show you the text, what they said.
Why was I a big favorite if everybody thinks that?
I'm sorry?
Why was I a big favorite? Yeah, okay.
Think about it, Kate.
There you go.
Think about it, Kate. Not a big favorite. Think about it.
Not a big favorite when Doug's like 1-2 is a huge line for heads up.
Quick on your feet.
How do you tank call ace jack there when it goes running sevens for a quarter pot? God, didn't you read
It was
Doug
third pot.
Polk's course?
Did I read Doug Polk's course?
I thought you did. God.
Do you think it's a book?
We could talk, but don't slow the game up.
It is not a book for anyone interested. It
Is it videos?
is a series of videos,
30 hours of videos?
roughly. Yeah.
You work your ass off, Doug.
Yeah,
I give
thank
you credit.
Thank you.
See you, Volpe. Happy
All
to
right, please,
give you more money anytime.
Thank you.
What I was gonna say though, Volpe always manages.
Hold on, we got an interesting hand going down here. Let's talk about this for a second.
Classic
Dentale
Sean.
opened a 3. Well, when there's a big pot going down.
Hold
with
on,
no equity,
Sean. Hold on. We gotta talk.
Do I really always interrupt you about?
Ace jack,
You're just always talking.
4 deuce. You know how to pair that hand.
So anyway, Dentale opened a 300.
Should
Kate
have checked the
called.
flop and blasted the turn.
Dentale
I would
bet
have never
500.
folded.
She called.
Your hand's so polarized on the
You ever
flop.
think about
It's flush
folding the
draw or
flop
deuce,
with her
which
hand?
is so bad.
I just think so many hands have so much equity, and you're just getting barreled off.
No,
You're never bluffing
Okay.
because you're not capable of
'Cause he's gonna
bluffing. You're
bluff
not
the ace
good
so
enough
often.
to bluff.
you just call fold. It's okay to call fold. You know that, right?
It's on you.
Every time your logic comes up,
Seven.
you're like,
I hate call folding. I
you
hate.
have to do that.
I just think I'm getting
It's
barreled a
part-
lot.
It's part of a good strategy.
People just don't barrel a lot.
God, you're so bad.
If they do barrel a lot, your good hands over realize. If they don't barrel a lot, you get to show down. So
Just raised him.
Thank you, Kate. Ace is good.
Dentale talked her into raising there.
My small bets are so great for getting you to come out. It's amazing.
Yeah, just put your hand strength face up, Mike, and she won't play perfectly versus it. Raise
he
her as
needs
bluffs.
to bet bigger on later streets.
Yeah.
He's betting too small.
This is kind of one of the issues of heads up to full ring. Like full ring, you're gonna have a stronger hand range. You can have better hands, but heads up, your range is just so weak so often. You just can't get.
I'm looking at the chat, and they're saying that they prefer us to talk instead of the players.
Really, that's changed from
Yeah.
the beginning.
No, they said
maybe because they
please-
realize how boring,
Yeah.
the one-side conversation.
So
is.
don't worry, we got you guys. We'll just talk over them the whole time.
But we love Dentale rants.
They are good.
You never know when Kate will finally give a retort. They're very few and far between, but just in that opportunity. Someone said between the Red Bull and him getting steamrolled, I think Dentale might have a stroke.
This could be over. So do you want to rotate in and rotate out?
I'm not gonna eat. So you eat some pizza.
All right.
I'm gonna, man down the fort for now.
Check.
All right, so, you know, Cate raised the king 3, check back with top pair, and Dentale has the stone nothing. Cate's going to bet, and Dentale's probably going to fold. What do I think about the people bet on Dentale? I just think, you know, it's a very big price. Did Dentale just call the turn? I mean, it's just like he's giving up, guys. This is... There's so many hands you can call that are better than Jack 3 off. And he's just like checking and not even like bluffing and leading any card. What is he calling for?
No, I don't need a count. It's all right.
The friend who Kaufman, someone asked about the cash game last night. The friend who Kaufman got into the game was the announcer for you see in the background reading the cards. Tyler, he knew nothing about poker and only bought in for 3K. So it was more just, you know, Jeremy being nice to him. It wasn't a pro. He didn't have much money. He just got a free roll. Yeah, Dentale's down to 10K real quick. He's starting off this session like last session, you know. I think he needs to get some momentum and get the chip lead, and so he can feel like he can apply some pressure on her.
Where's the screen?
Doug Polk is eating some pizza right now, and he'll be back in a
Like
second.
when you know who's on camera. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, but where's the TV screen? I want to know when I'm on. I want to give a shout out to my girls, my daughters. I want to give a shout out to my daughters.
Mike wants to give a shout out to his daughters, so I'll keep quiet for this. Now Cate's opened the 9-4 off, which shows to
Hi,
us that
Adriana, Nicolette, and Julie. Love you, girls.
oh, a good family man giving the family shout out. So see, this is where like Doug talks about just opening too many hands on the button. If he's defending 10-5 off, I think I'd rather just fold 9-4 off and just not get into any two spots. Rather just, you know, raise top 20% or something. What the fuck is Mike doing right now? This is just not poker anymore. He's just trying too hard to win every pot. So Dentale check folds, and he's just, you know, bleeding an extra 500, 1,000 every hand, which is so much. You're playing a 15K freeze out. He's not even getting wrecked. He's just playing awful. I really think like he needs a massage or a pep talk or something. His daughters need to give him a call and say, "Daddy, you know, fucking sack it up and try to play a little bit better." Let's go, Mikey. You know, the fans want to see a show. Hey, you know what? We haven't done any donations for charity recently. Let's get it up, guys. Only $2,000. We can do better than that. Maybe, you know, you'll do a little bit better if they know they're raising some money for charity. So let's figure out, text in, make a donation, $5, $10, whatever. They're good causes. You guys are enjoying the show. You know, put some money for that. All right, so we're going to see Cate, you know, probably lose some money this hand. Dentale flop top pair. She had a pair of fives, which is second pair. So she's going to be calling at least 2 streets, now probably all 3. Hopefully Dentale does one of his small bets here, or he goes big. He's just literally giving up his hand strength. Every big bet has been a lot better. Every small bet's been weak, and Cate's going to get that info and totally abuse him like she's been doing. You can't be this face up. The action doesn't even matter, just bet size that matters. I mean, if Cate makes a fold to this hand right here, one of the best turn cards for her,
Sorry,
and that she just has the perfect read on his bet sizing, and that Mike is just drawing stone dead, unless he just gets bailed out by the deck every single hand. All right, she calls, which is totally fine. I actually didn't bet on either person. I bet on the length of the match. So I got very lucky that apparently they were going to go up in a few minutes, the dealer change on the first match. See, Mike's giving away so many things like, I don't know if I like that river. What do I do? To a good live player that's going to say, he's never going to make that face and he's bluffing. He's too good at live poker. He's always strong when he does that. And I think Cate's, picking up on that.
You missed your flush.
Is he going to check back so he thinks she's not calling worse?
You missed your open-ended.
Oh, Mikey, if you check this hand,
You would have bet a queen.
you just have nothing. You don't talk about, oh, you would have bet a queen. Oh, I'm
Eights, pocket eights.
I like his sizing here on the river. I just wish he didn't do that whole show before it. Good fold, Cate.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I think you guys bringing up the points that better queen.
Excuse my language. I made a pair finally.
And I think that's a really key part of,
finally made a
that
pair.
little detail's a huge thing. Saying a better queen instead of just a queen. Hey, people keep mentioning, Cate's looks. Got to admit, it's one of the best looking heads-up matches that we could have in poker from both parties. Yeah, I think Doug would agree from a GTO point that that's a good hand to call. But he might say 5 is a bad hand to call because it doesn't block. It blocks all the straight draws.
Why do you keep checking your
that
phone so much? I don't
4-7
get
would
it.
be better. Ace 4 would be better to call.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'll give you my word. They keep saying someone's feeding you my hands. Is that true?
From the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
How can Mike be surprised
Do you
she's getting
seriously
her
not have
hands?
somebody doing that? Wow. It's like negligent.
Excuse me?
Said it's negligent.
Negligence against you?
Yeah, it's going great so far.
Yeah, this is just, Mike is making a big mistake not getting advice. If Cate, when I play the show, our cash game, we usually have the agreement that no one gets the hands. I think it makes a better show. But, if one person's doing it, you're giving a massive edge to know when he barreled, what he barreled with, what he folded, what's he folding for, any hand that stands out as a tight fold or a tight check. You're going to learn a lot about frequencies. And clearly, Dentale stopped mixing it up as much as he did when he was on his upswing in match 1. You saw him taking different sizings, taking some more creative lines. Now he's just getting passive, just calling, trying to bluff, trying to, like, you know, just make a hand, and he's not going to win enough if he makes those hands. So he folds the turn here with equity with 9 high. I think that's good.
Oh, on the phone again.
This is one of those spots where I think Glenn should yell at him.
He's only getting in his own head.
That we don't like. This is gonna look really bad on the TV show, the finished product. But she's just on her phone every hand.
Blasting.
That's messed up. Where's your boyfriend? At least they'll root for me. Root for me, man. That's horrible.
Those asking who won the match, you'll see in the top left corner. Cate won the first match. She got off like a similar start to this time, got him down to 5K. Mike battled back to even, and then he, you know, got bluffed out of a big pot and, you know, made a couple bad call downs, then it was game over. Another, like, live pro thing. Who sees a flop and just sighs like they totally missed? You always hit them. You don't say that if you had, you know, ace-5 suited. You say that if you connected with the flop. You sigh to try to get your opponents to put some money in.
So $500,000 a year. Tell me about it. How many years have you worked being an attorney?
I worked for 6 years.
6 years? You had it? You ever thinking about going back or no?
Nope.
Never? You're gonna make a career out of this?
Nope.
Well, she can make $30,000 a day every time she gets a grudge match with
Just
you,
curious.
Mikey. It's a good reason to quit her job. Yeah, I think I would love to see what the poker shares line for rounds 2 and 3 of these matches are. Watching some of the hands, I think, you know, Cate's edge is going up much higher. Now, Cate's got a really unbalanced, you know, flop range that I don't know why Doug would be proud of that, but she seems to be betting most of her air and checking back all her weak top pairs, checking back all these hands. And if I was Dentale, I would be just check raising her flop C bets because so few hands are able to continue. The reason why they hate each other, the only reason I can think of is, you know, political backlash. Just, you know, they're both very strong personalities. They're both keyboard warriors. And, you know, they're both very opinionated. So once they started, neither of them was ever going to back down to the other one. And, you know, it worked out very well for Cate so far. But, you know, Mike, this is heads up. Anything can happen. Mike can make a comeback. It's not unreasonable. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, like you guys, that Cate isn't firing back. I really think that
I guess the only shot I got is you picking up ace-10, huh?
Did you rehearse that one before?
What?
Did you rehearse that one before?
Give you my word, no. I was given so many things to say I haven't used anybody's. I'm going to be me.
Doug Polk coming back. You really... Oh, I'll wait till he has the
Played
headset
great
on
on
the
the
level.
stream today, by the way.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, you really missed nothing entertaining.
Did
Nothing?
you see the cards?
Yeah.
The
Nice.
hands?
Yeah.
All right.
Just coolers.
Dentale
Sure, I
played
didn't play
awful
every hand
yesterday.
perfect, but I definitely had a lot of coolers. Better than
By
you
the way,
played on the
good to be back
bike.
in the booth.
How
When
was
you
your
played
pizza?
on the bike,
Good.
I was like a
Good.
soccer mom. I was like embarrassed and pulling for you. I've never seen such bad play in my life.
I don't
It
know,
was,
Mike.
like,
If you've never seen bad
atrocious.
play,
I
you
agree,
haven't
that's why I
watched what
picked
you're
up.
doing
You
today.
couldn't blame it on the cards. It was just like insane.
Apparently, he's not objective about
That's
his
why I
own
picked
game.
up. Do you remember that?
Just like
Yeah,
your
he,
fold against Abernathy, atrocious.
I know what hand he's
Like
talking
my
about.
fold,
Yeah.
That fold
one
was
pair
bad.
hand,
Well, the thing is,
the river complete straights, flushes,
I wish
two
that we
pair
had the
sets.
clip, but
you just
Dentale
like, I have a
at turn-
king on a dry board, pocket kings, I fold. That was good.
Dentale actually
My
folded ace
favorite
king on a.
part of your hand with Sam was how you tilted for 3 hours afterward.
Oh, I was on monkey tilt.
Yeah.
And that's the hand I was going to reference.
But she's a good player, so I don't mind getting bluffed by her.
is we were playing Turning Stone Poker
You're
Night in
just a
America.
train wreck.
We were playing Turning Stone Poker Night in America, and Mike had like ace king on a king high board, and like a bunch of draws got there, and she turned whatever hand she had into a bluff.
Abernathy, I saw that
Yeah.
hand too. That's been on Poker Hands.
Okay. I was
So
gonna
you
say,
guys, the Poker Hands fans, know we were familiar with the hand.
both hands?
No, we've done the Abernathy. I was
Did do the Cate Hall one?
I was debating to do the Cate Hall one, but it just didn't make it to the front of the pack yet. But at some point I might do that one
It's a
as well.
good hand,
I mean,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's a good hand.
I don't think it was as bad.
Smash with the deck again,
people
like
say.
every hand? You really?
I thought it was
Easy
very
game,
unlikely
huh?
Abernathy would be bluffing there, frequency-wise. But I know you're going to say.
Life's a
why not
balance, I guess. You deserve to have something in life.
This board
me?
coming in backwards every time I look at it always
You
messes
deserve one,
me
good.
on the main screen.
Yeah, I know what you're
I
saying.
keep like saying, how did she get there? Why is she valuing king? But it was king high, and then
She knows she's good here.
Oh, of course.
Mike might even bet his ace X in the turn sometimes, I think.
Not on that king queen 9-7. I mean, she checked back top pair. We kick her 100% of the time. And is that the frequency you train, or you think it should be a little bit more balanced on your top pair of no kickers?
I would generally advocate checking the weaker ones.
It's for
Okay.
that plan? Thanks.
And I think this spot for Mike is a pretty easy fold.
Yeah.
He has some aces. He has, well, he should have some aces. He should have some queens. All of his queens. Most of his queens. And then maybe even a couple kings. And he doesn't have to call a 9. Also not a good candidate for bluff raise because you want to have a jack or a 10 in it. So, you know,
How
10,
bad do you wanna
9,
show me a
jack
bluff?
9, no
Pretty
club
bad.
would be
I know.
a nice bluff hand. In
This the
conjunction with jack 10. Maybe a couple two pairs.
Might be.
This is the first time Kate's actually responded to Banch on the river. I would think she's
I have
always
another
strong
mediocre
now.
hand, just a 9. Another unfortunate run out. I'm playing
What's the
two
other
pairs.
card?
I'm sorry?
What's the other card?
6.
Stupid comment by her. Clearly the
I don't
kicker
mind.
doesn't matter on ace, king, queen.
Yeah, you see, you live pros. I just going at it. I'm just over here trying to play poker.
There's so much free information. It's like when someone bets or checks and what they say is the same information.
Well,
it's like
I
a bet
agree.
size.
I agree, but you have to interpret the information correctly.
Yes. But you're a smart guy. You can
Well,
figure
thank you, Sean. You are also a smart guy. Yeah,
I'm very good at bluffing how
I
smart
said
I
it.
am.
I
Yeah,
said
you
it.
didn't
Pair
mean it.
hand or 0.
That was the live reads
Wait,
just right through it.
Dentale, you are wrong. It is second pair hand, not a two pair hand or 0.
Yeah, this is kind of the opposite of that.
10 seconds.
The slower he
wanna
goes,
keep
the
you.
less likely I am winning my prop bets.
Okay?
6 also not a great card to have. I mean, whatevs.
Yeah, I mean, he's called so many times with ace high, king high, whatever other random shit.
You get even nervous when you have it. When you have it, you're not supposed to get nervous.
I'm not nervous.
She's talking for the first time, Mikey. She's bluffed like 7 times and didn't talk. But you're not getting the hands because you're an idiot. So that's how you don't know this.
Steve, you're firing the shots.
I mean, it's, you know, I like Mikey personally. It's just he let his ego get in the way, and he's costing his beautiful daughters money by just wasting their money by doing this heads-up match and playing so poorly, not studying, not doing anything. He just trusts his own intuition, and his intuition has just been subpar at best.
I agree across the board.
And burning more money.
2 pair or nothing. Your read is good.
Ah, yes!
Yo, how
Yes,
does this
Cate.
Make top pair every hand.
Get in the game of shit-talking, Cate. Get that confidence. Get that swagger.
I do think, though,
Rip
that
off the
this
shirt
is
and
only-
wear the sleeve, well, the
this-
overshirt.
This
and
is
show the
only
sleeves.
happening because she won the first match and is crunching round 2 and had value, and that all together was enough to like talk a little shit.
Yeah, she's.
But the thing is, like,
she should start a date match
Now I'm
1
tilted.
with that. Oh, you're tilted.
Well, you
Shocking.
know.
okay,
Mikey.
well, I want
Now
Get
I'm-
another Red Bull.
guys.
Oh,
We
sh-
just
hold on. I was hoping more banjo.
Is that how you play when you're not on tilt?
I'm sorry.
Is this how you've been playing when you weren't on tilt?
What do you mean?
I mean, I assumed that you were crazy tilted already
When?
for the whole last hour.
Why? What would have made you think that?
Okay.
Queen 5, Queen 5. Cate, say Queen 5.
No comeback, no answer?
I'll tell you after the match if you want.
You're very bad with the verbal sparring.
But Mike,
Stick-
you're worse
stick
at the
to
poker.
keyboard.
Let me let your Queen 5 call.
Stick to the
There we go.
keyboard.
There's the Queen 5.
That's
That
what I
girl,
thought.
Cate.
Mike needs to just take a step back, take a breather.
Take one less
let
Red Bull.
Let his.
Sorry, Red Bull.
You're on point today. He needs to just take a step back, take a breather, and realize he's letting his ego get in the way. And what it's doing is it's making him play bad because he's so fixated on how bad Cate Hall is. And, like, she's not even playing bad right
No.
now. She's playing good. So, like, he needs to take a step back and realize he just needs to try and win more pots.
Kate, remember, you will always suck, especially in my eyes.
No, Kate's playing good.
Yeah.
Changes nothing.
A few hands I would have done some stuff differently. But, you know, overall, I think she's playing pretty solid.
When you got a fish on the line, it doesn't matter what you do. You're just going to be printing money every other hand.
I mean,
Just-
There's a lot of women out there that earn my respect, and I say, damn, those are some good girls. Those girls could play. It definitely isn't you.
I wonder what girls think
I knew that was
could say
coming.
that about Mike.
100%.
Yeah.
Jesus
You
Christ.
don't even have to say the offensive things. You're like, Sean's got it.
Yeah.
I can be, you
Oh.
know, PC Doug over here.
all right, so we got an interesting situation
Ooh, we got
developing
some
here.
flop, but-
We got Dentale with the open-end straight flush draw and
Did he
Cate
lead?
with the top pair. So I think we're going to go ahead and see
Yeah, he led.
a call from Cate and look to place the poker on the turn. This is actually an interesting spot.
Terrible card for Dentale.
I feel like if Dentale bricks this draw, he's going to brick this event. Because I just don't know if he can reel it in to, like,
Let's be honest. Even if he makes this hand, I'm still gonna probably break this match.
yeah, but
It goes from like 5% to
so
1%.
if he decides to bet the turn here, it's an interesting bet because he is saying he has two pair or a draw. Because he's not really going to lead an ace, and he's not going to bet a jack on the turn. Although he bets so small, maybe he could possibly bet a jack on the turn. But in general, he's saying he's got a draw or a pretty strong hand. And that is
what
about
a great card for Cate. All the jacks up now, chopping. You know, 9-8's losing. You got nothing, Mikey. Look at that face. You know
so
how?
I think so. The question is, should he fire here? And like, this card is just like the nut low for the out of position player. It's like the nut low because your two pairs just got counterfeit.
But something. Look at Mike's demeanor this hand compared to like
He
the
needs
trip
to
queens.
bet like a man. If he's gonna fire, please actually fire.
Snap call.
Mike. You gotta fire. You gotta make him pay, man. We've seen like a barrage of like 30%
It's like
pot
ABC.
bets
It's
on the
just
river.
ABC poker, and I missed all my outs twice again.
No, you're playing perfectly. You're just getting unlucky.
You think you're so how does it call in with top pair when the flush draw straight draw misses?
Well, because you
And I
shouldn't
miss
bet that hand then.
Combo draws left and right. You think you're playing good?
I'm okay with
Huh?
Mike leading that flop.
Well, I love the flop lead because
you-
he's checking
answer
back
me.
so
Do
many
you think
times.
you're playing good?
I think the turn is a
I'm
check
playing better
raise.
than you.
Actually.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I like that. I can check raise.
That's
there.
what I figured.
I'm with you, dude. It's a bad turn for you.
Yeah.
More checking makes sense.
And I
My
think if you had
goodness.
like a straight, you're gonna check there.
Oh
hoping,
my
you know,
goodness.
she's gonna bet.
Yeah.
Even her draws are gonna bluff that ace a lot. I mean, look, he's down to 5K again. He's just got to be dealt the queen 5 again, and we might be
I
onto,
also
you know,
think
done
this-
with the day.
I also think something happens to people when they are losing to someone that they feel like they're stronger than in anything, not
Yeah.
just poker, but any game. And it blinds them from trying to play like the best to win. And instead, they get way too focused on, oh, why am I, like, I shouldn't be losing.
Oh.
But the thing is, like,
Another top pair for Cate.
Check, check. I like this check from Mike.
Yeah, but he's going to call both streets
I
because
believe
he's just
Cate's
stationed
going to check here.
Why check? He's been a station. You have to bet.
No, I mean, sure.
I
mean, look, I don't play like this, so
I know.
whatever.
You ever get to play?
When
was the last time you played someone as soft as Dentale?
Sean, I guess, to be fair, I only became the best heads-up player in the world, so who am I to say what they should be doing in this spot?
I understand, but I think you
who am I to say what they should do in a heads-up
Why
hand?
would you check that versus Dentale? Who's
Because if you don't ever check a queen, then first off, they can value bet more safely with 8x because they never get value owned by a queen, and you also open the door up for overbets to become a much stronger part within their strategy.
You win.
So you have to allocate.
Oh, he slow rolled. Slow rolled.
Wow.
Yes!
Top pair again, huh?
Amazing.
Easy game.
Oh, I love it,
I had a six
Dentale.
because you flattered me on the river.
Look, chat. When you say like Doug, here comes Doug with the ego. Look, I earned it, man. I spent several years coming up in the
Seeing the
game.
pattern, Kate.
I took on the best
I
player
bet
in the
you
world
called
publicly.
top pair again.
I earned it.
I understand.
I'm not just
Never
like
folding.
firing off.
No, I don't think
yeah.
it's that at all.
I
I
need
just
to
think
catch
like
up.
I think
You should.
you've never played an opponent playing as bad as Dentale right now. Like you've had some opponents tilted. Like you just know what you could bet
You're not
2x
supposed
pawn
to.
that turn. He's
It's the
calling you with
easiest
ace high
part of
100%
poker.
of the
I
time.
have top pair, right? Cool.
I just don't look at poker like that, so I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see if that gets the Cate. That little Sean D best slow roll.
So Mike is already not on the ropes yet, but definitely on the Red Bull.
All right, another little pair for Dentale. It's a great card for him.
Lame the 0-1. LOL, Doug hasn't
I
played
would have
bad
missed
people.
again, too. You should have called.
Sean, he played micros here on Twitch. True.
Some of them probably played better
Hair
than
was good.
Dentale, though.
I do think people really don't like a lot of people don't like if you say you're good at something. Like, I don't know why that makes people angry. You know, it's like, I'm not.
But the
like,
thing about poker, thousands of people, millions of people
but
can be good
I
at
just mean
something.
like in terms of chat. Like if you look at the
Oh,
chat,
okay.
like if you say like, oh, I'm the best at heads up, or you know, or at least I was the best for a few years. Now it's like more of a gray area because I haven't been playing. But like, I don't get why people they get so mad. Like, oh, Doug,
Well,
Doug,
first
that
off-
ego, I'm so mad. Like Doug's ego. It's like,
We know who's the
guys,
best, Liberatis.
Of course, Nebraska
Yes.
from the best. But anyway, my point is like, I like earned it. Like I worked my way up from the bottom, and
I knew you were at the bottom. I think you were a 5'10"
I'm talking
player
to
when
the
I first
chat
met
here.
you.
Are you broke
I
yet?
worked my way up, and
What?
Are you
I
broke
took
yet?
on the best
Am I
player
broke
publicly,
yet?
and I won. And like it wasn't like I just like
No, I mean in
I'm
general,
just saying
poker.
stuff to just
Yeah,
like
I'm
say
broke.
stuff. Like I earned it, man. Like I care about this.
How
This
was
is my
that
job.
Euro trip in,
This is what I'm most proud of in my
California
life,
swing
and
at
I
WPT?
worked like years to get to where I was. I'm not just trying to be like
No?
say things just to say things.
No,
you know? Yeah.
I just think like the flow right now is so much more predictable. Like I don't think he's slow play. I don't think he's ever checking back at 6. I don't think he's ever checking
See,
back.
but
at 3.
I just like I don't agree with the things you're saying.
Okay.
So I just don't know what to I don't know what to say. 'Cause
Okay.
I think there's more button clicking going on than like I think he's like doing some of these things sometimes.
Okay.
So that like I just don't look at poker in that way.
See, I like when I see people are stuck and like down. I just see them not slow playing, not being balanced, and just trying to. Every time they have a good hand, they want to inflate the pot every time possible. All right, let's see how Cate's going to win this hand. Nice big juicy 3-bet with a great value hand.
I think I like to see a bet here on the flop from Cate.
I think she can delete c-bet and just get it so often versus him.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's a fine line too. But you need some bets to barrel.
I think I like barreling more if there's a spade on the flop. You think that makes enough of a difference, or no?
I think a spade makes it a better check call actually. I think
Oh,
it's-
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because you get more turns you can check call. But I mean, it's not too big of a difference either way. I think Queen Jack on this board is a solid hand.
Dentale's calling with deuces.
So he just doesn't believe it.
Well, shame for Cate that he doesn't have a slightly better hand.
Now, Cate has to decide if she thinks that there's more value here in checking or betting.
He's gonna be like, finally got dealt a pair. I think I would like considering a little bit longer on the river there than snap piling. It's too scary of a board to not take a little bit longer.
Yeah, I like in big spots taking my time. I think
Yeah.
we both know that. And I agree with you.
Because, like, there's so few hands that you could snap jam that river with. And I can't imagine she's going to be like, ace, queen, okay. I don't think he has a jack or six. I'm going all in.
Well, actually, he doesn't really have many jacks or sixes.
He just had deuces. He has all those heads.
Yeah, no,
if he calls with deuces, he's calling with every straight draw there.
But if he
and
shows,
almost all of them have
if
pairs.
he shows deuces, that's an argument that he doesn't have many jacks or sixes. Because if he has that many hands, then he doesn't have many straights. So, but regardless, the flop line is not Jack X and 6X heavy. So it is actually a reasonable spot to bluff. I think in general in spots like that, you should always take your time. But
Yeah.
I would not be that afraid of the straight in Cate's situation.
But I just don't think, like, I don't think she has aces or ace king. It's just going to snap jam. I don't think she's going to have a set and snap jam. So it even more polarizes than the bet size itself to not even consider if you're trying to make him fold, like if he has 8-9 or something, you know, turning a pair into a bluff.
Well, the thing is, to make an adjustment to the way Mike has been playing, and I like making adjustments like a little bit, you know, I just don't go full blown. So the way that I would look at that situation is I think that Mike has shown a propensity to under bluff pretty significantly in a lot of those spots. So that means I would decrease the portion of my range that I normally allocate to trap. I would still have some, but I would decrease it. I would also probably increase my overall aggression because I have more value bets, so I can work in more bluffs to balance that strategy out. Yeah, Mike's having a hard time hitting some boards, and
The problem is he's also called down with the weakest part of his range so frequently. That is one of the biggest issues is, you know, recognize you're missing, recognize that the board is better for the range, recognize that Cate, you know, is running good, so she's, you know, she's not just blasting off no equity, but he's not getting the hand, so he doesn't even know that.
Yeah.
And, like, she's really, like, doing a good job as a puppet master to get him to continue every time she has him beat.
I really like, you know, the amount of promotion that Upswing's getting right now with this patch. I think I see the G. All of that Twitter beef, and we got a G here on the...
You are a G.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is Dentale going to do? So this time I didn't even realize what happened. Cate limped the button. Dentale only raised to 400, and she called.
Guys, when you talk about playing exploitative, I generally base my exploitative changes around frequencies, and I do it a little bit. And I basically never make statements like they always or they never. I don't really believe in statements like that because people have, you know, they change gears sometimes. They change strategy sometimes. And maybe sometimes they're not even thinking of it like that.
Okay.
So I avoid statements like that. I make changes to my game based around where frequencies should be and what theirs are to change my strategy in a way that allows me to make adjustments to win the match. And I don't make like big generalizations because that's like the only way I can really lose to people is by making big adjustments that end up being wrong.
Have you ever thought about, maybe you might not want to answer this if it's happened, but hiring someone for live reads to teach you? Because you're so good in theory, and you're such a great person, and you're great at conversing. You're a good personality. I think that just to add that 10% edge to your game.
I think everyone in live just thinks they have good live reads, and so you just got like a bunch of bullshit. And like, honestly, I just think that so many live players are just total garbage at poker.
That is true.
That I just don't want like some random Garbaggio person to be like, yo, he like talked on the turn, and that means this thing. Because it does mean that thing against some people, it doesn't against other people.
I mean,
And
most live reads are personal. Some people.
I actually think that it makes you a worse player to go down that road.
Okay.
I think you become a much worse player because you lose fundamentals and you lose the ability to create a good strategy by focusing on things that are not important in the grand scheme of playing good poker.
Yeah, I definitely think you convince yourself to make marginal calls and play some spots and play some bigger pots that are necessary with weaker hands because you trust your instincts based on timing and physical tells that you can apply pressure and recognize when they're middle to bottom of the range.
But the thing is, I see so much where people just guess wrong. That happens so much. I analyze poker hands on YouTube. That's what I do every day. And I see just like
on what YouTube channel is it?
Doug Polk Poker. On a plethora of spots where people just like go with their read. And then afterwards, we always have the same conversation. Me, this was a bad play because of these reasons. These hands should be used. Them, oh no, but I had to read that. And it's like, am I supposed to take you seriously because you played the hand like an idiot? But like now it's like, okay, so you played your hand badly, but because you quote had to read, so we have to pretend like we're on the same.
Let's talk about one of the hands from yesterday. Phil Hellmuth and Al Richardson played an interesting hand where Phil Hellmuth had Queen Nine of Hearts.
Amazing hand, by the way.
Yeah, it was
amazing hand.
That should be a Doug Polk video because that is a live read hand.
We have so many. The problem is we have so many good videos to choose from.
Yeah.
That because there's some.
And the videos are just one hand usually.
Usually, yeah.
That's so painful. Yeah, there's so many. It should be.
I'll do a few episodes.
Yeah.
But I mean, like clearly 5 Deuces has to be on there.
Oh, I know.
Clearly the one where you had 10 9 2 9 kings and Hellmuth had Ace Queen has to be in there.
Oh, he had 10 9s, not me.
Yeah, sorry, not you. You were in the hand. I don't know. me, Hellmuth, and Jeremy. After that,
Hellmuth's King 4. That should be framed, right?
King 4. I think we might just. Holy shit! I just realized something. Negreanu did a video recently where he advocated for 3-betting King 4 in the big blind, but not jacks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he said squeezing because I think someone told me about that.
Yeah.
I think it was Key said King Deuce, not King 4.
Maybe it was.
I've heard
King 4. I think it was King 4.
Okay.
But either way, there's a lot of good hands to choose from. I'm sure I'll pick some different ones. All right, let's get some questions from the chat, guys.
Yeah, this match might not be much longer. 4K is Dentale call it off short stack level.
What do we got?
Dentale is up to 5 Red Bulls. I think that is the current count.
That is a sick amount of Red Bull.
Yeah. In what, 3 hours?
They advocate 2 or 3 a day, right? It was King 4. Strobe confirms.
Okay.
It. Shout out to Carlos Jr. How are you guys still sober doing commentary? How are you still sober doing commentary on this match?
Because we talk so much, there's stuff to drink in between.
We need to order drinks.
Yeah, and there's no cocktail server like at the table.
Yeah, we gotta get some scotches over here for the fans.
So we got a little ace high, king high hand.
I like this check on the turn from Mike. This is a solid standard check. And I think
That's got to be a river bet.
yeah, I like bet. I mean, check is a little it is worse. But Cate's been taking some stabs in a lot of these spots, so I see what he's going for. What questions we got here?
Someone asked, why aren't you playing Luke Schwartz heads up for rolls?
Who's Luke Schwartz?
Full flush. You know who that is.
Oh, is it the guy that beats everything?
I don't know. I heard he had a good Joe Ingrid
I heard he
podcast.
beats everything.
But I remember a few years ago he was broke.
It's kind of like this. It's kind of.
He thought he was better than Open Face. A lot of fun things, but
here's the thing about it. There are so many people that take shots at me all the time that if I just respond to everyone, it's just kind of like whatever. You gotta pick your battles, and like I'm gonna troll them a little bit, and I really don't care. Doug, when's your next appearance on Poker Night in America? I'm not sure yet, man. I do want to be on here in the future. I think it's a lot of fun.
I think Doug will be a frequent guest.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be in there. Just a feeling. So that should be good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Slick. Bazam! I'm wearing the shirt, dog. Bazam.
I'm wearing my shirt. I always go wrong way every
Sarcasm.
time.
Sarcasm. By the way, I want to thank all the fans tuning in today.
We hope you're enjoying this as much as we are enjoying it. We think it could have been a little bit better, but we need Dentale to get some more chips to get his mouth going.
He's got to fire some bullets.
Yeah, he's got to realize that.
Cate just looks so smug right now. She's just like loving life.
I know, but she's like taking this limping passive strategy. Cate, we don't want the blinds to go up. Seriously. Oh, jam, jam, jam.
We don't.
She's going to limp jam, I think.
She's gonna limp. Nope. We're both wrong.
It's such a
Shout out to eProm999. What's up, dude? Dropping some bazams in the chat. What's good, man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Another Red Bull OMG.
so absurd.
All right, so finally,
Dentale flops the best hand.
he flops the best hand.
Let's see if it holds.
Check. Here's a question from Jay Nandez Poker. Adjectable Poker. Why heads up no limit stakes would Cate Hall beat online? How about Mike LOL? I like the usage of LOL here.
Well, play money is a stake, so
Yeah.
he still won't have a stake he can beat.
So, I mean, I don't know, Jay Nandez. It's tough to say. You know, we haven't seen too many hands. She's playing solid. I could see her being in the
I would
smaller
like to see her against a
mid-stakes
tougher opponent. Like,
range. Yeah,
who's
though-
good at, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't have to do anything really tough or creative. She's just grinding him down, letting him
Yeah.
tilt it off, and waiting until she flops really good to
That is
get him
true.
to do it.
That's true. Mike would need to do a little study. A little bit of study just to kind of get in the game.
I'm getting a lot of messages.
I
wondering-
bet you with 3 hours with Mike, he would be like a new man in heads up. If I
Well,
just like 2
I'm
hours.
sure you could give him 5 minutes and make him, you know,
Well,
3
I
times
mean-
better.
5 minutes. Yeah. Now, interestingly, I do feel like Mike is way less likely to call a jam loose now that it's his last blind. You know, he's not gonna have a fresh, as you like to call it, a fresh 15K, just like waiting for him if he busts. So I have a feeling he's gonna be a little more conservative with how he lets the rest of it go. Doug, how do you think your strategy would perform at 6 max 5K 2K and L online? How far behind is your strat in those elite players? I do not think I would be winning in those games. I think if I wanted to and I wanted to study and get good at 6 max, I could. In general, my results, like reg battling the 2850 plus lineups, I was like a very slight winner, but it was a few years ago. They've definitely gotten better, you know, compared to that point. And I was a very slight winner in big blinds per 100. In money, I lost like $1 million because 400, 800 exists. But same people. But you know what? You just lose there. But yeah, I would not claim to be someone that can currently beat those games. Now, but Day on the Ground told me once that it takes him 2 weeks or was it a month? How long would it take him to beat 2950? Remember that?
I mean,
That was like
it's Day on the
comical.
Ground.
True.
He did do a good job, you know, last time he learned No Limit, getting with Marchese and that crew, and he really improved very quickly. But, I mean, you hire 3 of the best winners as your coach, I like your chances of, you know, getting pretty close to a good.
Yeah.
And also, all these shot takers want to play with Negreanu.
That will help.
Yeah.
That will definitely help.
Usually, if you can get people
100%.
worse than you, you're probably going to win in a game.
That is how it works. When you play with people worse than you guys, take your notebooks out. Let's get this written down. Okay, poker tip of the day. When you play with players worse than you, you're going to win. Sean Deeb.
I am dropping theory. That is GTO
Unbelievable.
game
Yeah,
select.
I didn't think you had that level of theory, you know. Dropping fire over here. I want to see Mike get a double up and have some talking chips.
I just got a good tweet that Queen 5 is now the official hashtag for Mike and Cate plus 8.
Nice. Nice. Queen 5.
So we got a little pair versus the gutter.
Nice. Always good.
Let's see if Dentale barrels some weaker equity.
And again, if he wants to win this pot, he can.
He cannot
He
anymore.
cannot anymore.
Not going to win this one.
I will say it is better to barrel hands like 4-3, 7-4, 7-8, King, Queen Jack, flush draws. So all better candidates. This is my personal favorite candidate for a bet check bet. You are playing the board, And that's actually impressive on this board.
So someone has a question for you,
Sure.
Doug. Why are you balancing for someone who doesn't know what the word negligence means?
Well, obviously they're trolling. But the thing is, like, there's a misconception that if you're balanced, you don't win money. You absolutely destroy people. So, you know, it's not like a balanced, good strategy is not going to win you much money. You're going to win a ton of money. That's like something that like exploitative players like to say to kind of make it seem like it's not very good.
No,
know.
I definitely, you're not going to lose money. That's the clear thing about it.
Well, no, you're going to win a ton of money. It's different. You say you're not going to lose money. It's not what I'm saying. That's actually exactly what I'm not saying. You're going to crush if you play a good theoretical strategy. Just destroy. So, yeah. Those are my thoughts.
Gotta love poker for the rest of our lives.
Gotta love poker.
Check.
That conversation definitely has been a common one lately. But
I think that's been a common for years since the online guys started playing their way,
yeah.
The Helmuth and the Granos all laughed at you guys.
Yeah.
You guys 3-betting, 4-betting every hand.
Oh, God.
Oh, you guys just always
Damn
bluff.
kids.
And then, you
I hate
guys
the
just
kids,
started
man.
clicking call.
Too aggressive.
And you stopped going all in a lot. Well, I still go all in a
Well, I
lot.
still go in a lot.
Yeah.
So
But I go on earlier streets than you do. You like to be a river all-in guy.
yeah, I'm a river rat.
Poker's fair.
You like where there's no chance of,
Yeah, no equity.
equity. It's either 100% or 0. That's the options.
Totally agree.
This has really hit a little stall, though. I mean, Cate hasn't really chipped him down too much.
It has.
Cate, you absolutely know there's no skill in flopping 2-pair with King 5, right?
I didn't
Listen,
flop
I can
it.
let Doug treat me like an
All
idiot.
right, you
He's
tell- you
better than me at
flop
They're
this.
still in
I accept
Okay,
that.
you understand
I
that,
still
right?
believe in my beliefs.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like
fine.
a religious
Yeah,
nut,
No, it's okay.
There's
You know
nothing
Jesus
wrong
Jerry
with it.
Yang
was
won
a
the
totally
World
thing.
Series of Poker, right?
All you have to do is believe.
I believe
You
I
know
will
that,
run
right?
better than you. You can play better than me.
No.
I believe
This
that.
weekend you ran better than me and
You're a
played better
Jerry
than
Yang
me.
to me.
Deadly combo.
Yeah,
Deadly.
but luckily I had, I wasn't the worst player in the game. So I had that going for me.
Honestly,
Especially
man,
yesterday.
you got to play yesterday.
Yeah.
You were just straight chilling yesterday.
We might have a all-in and a call on this board right now. I know it's just a limp pot, but they both flopped really good. Dentale just called, though.
I actually like a check here on the flop
Ooh.
from Mike.
Mike did
Oh,
check
I'm sorry.
off.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's
Yeah.
the big one. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's correct. All right, now we're probably gonna see a check from Cate and a river bet.
How do you not lead from Dentale? There's so many bad cards. Just value betting? Wow. Seems really thin.
It is that. I guess he's gonna try and go bet check.
But, like, he doesn't have too many flush draws, like, because it's a limp pot,
Well,
And
no.
you bet full pot.
he mainly just has random pairs though. Like
But is he calling without a 6 kicker on those pairs?
Well, for starters, he has to call some of them, and
She bet 900. That's just too
and
much.
then also Mike has not been a staple of discipline laydowns. So I kind of like the idea of betting this. The size is too big. It needs to be like 400 or 500.
I think she's just setting up river pot size bet is her goal.
Also, because this is a limp check pre, it decreases the total frequency that Mike has an ace. So because of that, and she's really put herself into a spot here.
Yeah.
So because of that, it increases the polarization, and in spots where where the polarization increases for your opponent, generally speaking, smaller bet sizes do better because they're more likely to have a hand that has to call or has to fold or whatever. So yeah, I would like to see. I don't mind check or bet on the turn. If you do bet, I think
It's
you
just like
need
such a call, but you don't.
to bet
bluff.
like 500.
She almost didn't want to say it. She's like, you're still so dumb and such a meathead that I can say it, and you're still not going to bluff me.
I mean,
All right, fine.
That's just bad, Cate. Trust
she
your
has so many
instincts.
threes. She should just fold this. That's the good news too, because of the way this hand played. You have enough 3x where you don't have to bet call two-pair.
Yeah.
And in terms of combos, you just have a lot more threes, because those are non-paired hands. So yeah, you don't have to bet call 5 deuce. She also bet too big. That makes it more of a fold. And yeah, this was kind of spewy, honestly.
34, 35.
But if the river was a 5 or a deuce,
Or a 3, chop.
Well, I was gonna say to win the match, but yeah, 3 also.
She would have been happy with chopping at this point.
I believe so. I believe the chop could
I
have
think
been.
this is like so much momentum. She had him down and just. She was just so. She was like, I have 2 pair, and I think just overthought
I just
it.
can't believe it. She didn't hit a 5 or a deuce. Like, what the fuck, man? Something's wrong. That's weird. I'm shocked. Shocked. Thanks, girl.
Yeah, I mean, like, for some people, you can convince that they like check jam, some combo draws that have 6-7, some other things.
You're
but-
correct, Kate. It's not a fold, ever. With your hand,
Your advice means the world to me.
it should.
I might not actually be a call. Probably
sorry?
a fold against you.
I'm sorry.
I think it's a fold either way. Yeah. Also probably a fold against Mike, but also probably a fold either way. Because he doesn't really have ace-x, I don't think, so.
Yeah.
That many anyway, so, yeah.
Might not be a call.
Now, Mike has to feel a little bit better. He's not in the ropes. He could potentially
You can double up and be,
he could
leading.
potentially do he could do a little bit here. But yeah. Man, I really would like to see Mike just get more aggressive, man.
I would like to see either one of them get more aggressive. I want to win my prop bet. So let me give another little shout out to the Poker Night app that's coming out. You can download the app from pokernight.com/app. Sign up for the newsletter. Be the first to get on the app, and on the app you'll be able to win a seat to play on the show. So I think you guys all should try to do that. You'll have a great time. Get to know the guys. There's usually a party at every stop. Do some commentary maybe, and just get drunk, play some poker, and get on TV. There's not too many opportunities to do that in poker anymore. So go out there, download, get in the newsletter, and download the app when it comes out in a few weeks.
Yeah, there really aren't that many opportunities.
No.
It's not like
And most
back
of them
in
have
the
to get deep in a tournament. That's just way too difficult.
That's
Here
impossible.
you're guaranteed.
People don't even do that.
Yeah. I've never been on a TV final table for one of those, and I play all the tournaments.
How many
But-
bracelets have you won?
2.
2. Okay, so we're equal.
You got 1.5, buddy.
We're both equally good at poker because we have 2 bracelets each. That's how you measure
You
it.
have 1.5. Let's be honest.
I have 2 full bracelets, physically.
No.
It's a full bracelet.
Fees carried you.
Fees did not carry me. I actually played just about half of that tournament.
Really? I thought he played all the final table and you
No,
were busy
day
with
one
something.
we split evenly. Day 2 he played the morning sesh, I played the afternoon sesh. Day 3 I played the first hour or 2 of the final table and then a little bit on my break, and he played the rest. So he probably played 55, 60% or
Okay.
something.
So
But I played a lot.
you're down to 1.45. I mean, that's just theory, right? That's theory, right?
They give you a full bracelet though.
But they could have given you 4 bracelets, so you get 2 because you could have had 4 bracelets.
Yeah, that would be 4 bracelets, man. Leave me alone. At least we let the 1K turbo slide in there as a full bracelet. I'm cool with that.
I mean, my fields were so tiny, so
Yeah, you won the pot limit.
10K pot limit hold'em
Yeah.
and 1,500 stud.
Okay.
We got a big pot going down there. Cate Hall going for it.
And to the victor go the spoils.
Yeah. Maybe she recognizes, hey, let's go aggressive. He's a bitch.
Doug Polk and Phil Hellmuth in the tag team event. Oh boy.
Basically, wait, that's basically me and Doug being it, the field player and the
Although,
theory player.
imagine explaining to Hellmuth, yeah, so it was a great hand to bluff with.
Well, did you look at the guy? Look at him.
What did he look like? Did he look strong? Did he look weak? What was his breathing like?
Shh, don't give away the secrets, man.
Oh,
Breathing tells are big.
I thought we were joking. Oh, man.
All right, so we got a little pot going down. Cate defend her. Hey, there's a big prop bet if the match ends on this hand. This is a big sweat for those guys who bet a lot. Someone's asking, is there a cash game after? Nope, there is not going to be one. Just heads up grudge match today. So Mike's c-betting into the hand that's never folding. Which,
Oh boy.
which Doug would say, why would you not check king high? She's gonna play close to perfectly versus. I also agree to that, you know.
Yeah, I think this hand would be a nice check back on the flop.
No backdoor flush draw, there's really not much you can do.
Check.
Now, what's interesting to me is I feel like if Mike had a hand like 10-9, 10-8, 9-8, he would actually check the turn. We've seen a lot.
What is he going? He's trying to give her the chance of winning with this hand.
We have seen a lot of. Mike just check with those straight up kinds of hands. What we have seen is when he does bet, it tends to be very polar. His overall bet frequency being quite low. Cate has a pretty easy call here on the turn with a strong ace, but really any ace. From the river, you know, I would actually say that this is one of the worst aces to call. Oh, Mike clears it up. But the reason is because I think ace 3 through ace 6 are just stronger call outs than ace 10 through ace 8. And if you wanted to fold some ace X's, which could be fine on a paired board like that, I would look at my ace 10 through ace 8s first, basically. But it would be less effective against Mike because he's not using those hands as his bluffs.
Do you understand poker?
Mike.
Oh, wait.
You see,
He just hold on.
you see the hand she turned over?
Oh no, I just saw the amount of money you handed over.
No, I'm serious. Do you understand?
Oh, bring this girl on the table and needle in Kate's place.
I'm being
Correct.
honest. You
Get a
understand
mic on
poker?
her.
Her hand, ace 10, on an ace jack jack is a very good hand.
What's he
Obviously-
saying? You should
You
raise?
should listen to her.
I'm sorry?
You should listen to her.
I'm sorry?
You should listen to her.
Why would I listen to her?
She understands poker better than you do.
Easy game, Cate. Top pair again, Tut. Easy game, Cate. She's just like you. She's an attention girl.
Correct.
She wants to be on camera like you. Come on, you want to get on camera?
She already is.
Yeah, that's who should be coaching Cate on shit talking, you know? That is what we needed all match long.
No, we need all match long was Mike firing off some bullets. That's what we needed.
More Red Bull, please.
Yeah, we didn't have enough Red Bull. Cliff notes, no Red Bull was drank.
So we got another Cate Hall top pair hand that might start a Dentale rant.
Yeah, so
Dentale led flop. He keeps saying he's polar, but he keeps betting like second and third pair in a lot of spots.
oh
that,
man,
Aw.
he gets bailed out though. And Cate has a easy call, even though she will
He
not
bet
be
like
good.
full pot though. I think he bet 2,000. 1,600.
Yeah, I mean she's gonna have to call.
What is he bluffing with though?
He's bluffing with stuff.
We just talked he doesn't barrel draws in equity.
Too high up in your range. She's gonna have some like pair plus straight draws, some pair plus flush draws. Of her sevens, I think 7-5 is one of the best ones to call with because you block.
You always say that's one of the worst ones because it blocks the straight. Like
No, you don't. You don't want to. No, because 5 here blocks 5-4.
I got it.
You don't want to have an 8, 9, or
Yeah.
10.
What's
Those
it?
are the.
The
But
winning hand.
like 9-5, 8-5.
Yeah, because you don't want to block any
I
of
have a hand I'm supposed to fold.
the cards that
What?
can
Said
only
I have
be
a hand
used
I'm
as a
supposed
bluff.
to fold.
Good fold.
You know, like 8, 9, and 10 are cards that can only be used as
And I'll
bluffs,
show
whereas
you
a
if you
5
fold.
can be value or a
The
bluff.
funny thing is, Cate says she has a hand she should fold.
Oh well, I mean, I'm not
you lose
Cate.
if you
No, I
fold.
know. It's just funny, like from your like discussion, from your videos, that it seems that
I'm not
either she
desperate.
didn't take away the stuff
is
you
cool,
put
the
out
value
there,
bet.
or she just is using her own intuition and instinct.
Well, the thing is, poker is so
Good
complicated.
fold, Cate.
Yeah, it worked out better than if I was there. Poker is so complicated. Like,
Well, you just said
it's
you'd
hard to really
show,
take
and
everything
then you
in.
folded.
Like,
Didn't I say I'd show if you called?
No, you said I'll show if you fold.
I apologize. You're correct. I'll tell you, and they'll tell you on the live stream. I'm not lying. Jack's up.
something.
He said Jack's up.
Oh, Jack's up. Jack something. That Red Bull addiction. Does he even drink Red Bull?
God, you never have anything when I have something.
Well, he
huh?
didn't sleep last night,
Easy
so
game, Cate.
that he's like,
Easy game.
afraid he's gonna fall asleep. So
You do realize how easy it is, right? The only bad thing about it, it comes to an end. A bad
I know
end.
Kate's gonna be very disappointed when this match
Both of
comes to an end that there's not a third one. That
am,
after she
semi-final.
wins the first two.
Okay, what do I
No,
do with this
he
hand
said
on the
Jack's
button
up,
here?
guys, not Jack's off. Jack's up is the way you describe Jack, like two pair. It's more of the stud calling of hands. An old man like Dentale would know that. And Doug, who's the expert 10-card stud flipper
Right.
from last night.
I know what Jack's up is.
Big
Yeah.
pair, Cate.
You know what aces up
Right.
were that
Yeah.
doesn't beat a 6-high straight.
That's correct. For those of you that don't know, on my YouTube channel, we live streamed a $42,000 each flip.
I was the poor video man, so apparently it came
Yeah.
out good on
Deep,
phone.
Deep just straight up ruined the video with his camera work.
I'm very drunk and I'm not used to doing these things, so I was just trying to show everything, so I was kind of all over
Let
the
it go.
place.
It's all right.
You
Like
do
I
every
am in
time.
play, like I am in life.
You did your best. You did your best.
So that's
But,
kind of insulting that I did my best and it was awful.
It happens. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
over on my YouTube channel, Doug Polk Poker, if you want to sweat that flip. I also had a cool conversation with Helmuth one day. We just chatted.
Heard you made some commercials as well this trip.
a little,
You might make some first ever Doug Polk TV.
Kimosabe
Wow.
Mezcal, yeah. I did a commercial with Helmuth, so that was good.
That's awesome.
It came out great. I think it'll be good stuff.
Everyone gets to look forward to it. I'm sure that will air during a future Poker Night in America episode.
I'm sure it will.
Did Dentale just call the river?
Top pair again.
What is you beating?
What?
Flush draw got there. Most of the straight draws made a pair.
On the
She doesn't
flop.
have king jack. She doesn't check that pre. Like,
I think he's just.
What?
I don't know, man. I think he's done.
when Red Bull gives you
How does he
wings,
shuffle?
it makes you a calling
Another
station
dealer coming
apparently.
How does he shuffle? Another dealer comes in. And
He doesn't
consistently
wanna
keeps
get
making
bluffed,
top
I
pair.
think,
How does that
too.
happen?
Wow.
I got Todd's
Are
shiny
we really
hair.
at that point in the night already?
I was there a half hour ago.
Zachary Elwood says that Mike checked his cards after betting that two pair. Wonders if he does that when he's bluffing too.
He's most of the time he's checked his cards quickly. He's had it. When he did a long check, he didn't have it.
Caitlin,
There's a long
Caitlin,
gap
Caitlin.
between that.
Interesting. Cran Burglar, 25K. Great screen in, by the way. But Jesus, can I play this guy? But also,
We got. Oh, she just min raised. Oh, this might be the end of the match.
This is it.
This has
How
got to
does
be
he
the
get
end.
away?
How did?
To be fair, Mike has had so few hands even this good.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, oh, she didn't flop top pair. I did, and I'm drawing dead. That is 0%. There is a check marking Cate Hall.
How is he going to get away from this?
Just bet 1,000 and go all in on the river, Cate. Do it.
Look at the chat. They're all just like, oh, GG, guys, GG. It was a good run. Good run. Rip, 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 wrecked. Rip, dead.
Don't bet no, not 13. Just bet 1,000. You get stacks in with 1,000.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little smaller here.
Yeah. He looks like he wants to get away.
I'm going to say, though, that even though
Matt Glantz here.
even though
Dentale finally flopped top pair.
even though Mike has not played well today, he has run exceptionally card dead.
Yeah. I really think he's going to get away from this. Looks like he really wants to.
How?
He shouldn't. Game theory says no. But
You got it
luckily
again,
for him,
Caitlin?
he's not a game theory player. Yeah, the question is if he calls, does she slow or not? Say, I just have a king. Your ace is good.
That would be funny. That would actually be hilarious.
That's what I'd be. If I'm in Cate's spot here, I'm like, how am I going to slow roll this hand? How, like, oh, I can show a king and, like, actually I'm trying. Bet too much, Cate. You have the king of spades. He doesn't have, like, flush draws. I know you know he has an ace. Just bet him out and then get him to the river and let him hero.
As a live pro, what are your thoughts on the mid hand water drink? Does it mean she's thirsty?
I don't know. She hasn't drank much during the match at all, but I would rarely think someone's bluffing if it's the first time they're willing to do that.
Oh, so you think it's strong?
It's a comfort thing, yeah.
Okay.
Licking her lips. Look at that. That is, yeah. She has not made this many facial expressions any hand.
That is true. I'm learning slowly.
You're never gonna go with them, but
I'm never gonna go with him, but I'm still learning some stuff. But, what I would do is, if it was really close, I might use something like that. If it was a hand like either way, I might use some stuff like that, but only in close situations. Shout out to the real Jesse J, DP your community. What's up, man? Bazam. Dropping some bazams in the chat.
some people are asking if the river is an ace, Mike Dentale would not win. He would just have 3 of a kind, and Cate would have a full house. So that's why there's a check mark in Cate's name. Mike Dentale has no card in the deck to win.
Which is not where you want to be.
Well, you do want to be just in Cate's shoes, not
Sorry,
Doug.
for
Not-
Mike.
Sorry, Mike's.
Cushionator 420.
What do you say?
All in?
Call or all in?
Call.
Game over.
Well,
GG.
we have a winner. That was an amazingly bad shove.
And some more Red Bull for Mike. Oh, quads! He made quads.
Quads.
What a fair hand. Just the nuts.
By the
And
way,
hey, shout out for winning my side bet.
You played great, huh?
I'm going to be making a donation to both those charities.
You played great.
Someone, feel free to join me, some people,
how would you donate, Sean?
I don't know, actually. It depends on how much they donate.
Like
Am I
Let's
gonna
say I'll
hug it? I
match
can't
whatever they
stand
raise
that.
from
I
here,
hate 'em more.
341
Now,
and
of course I'm gonna hug it
1625.
out.
oh, wow, that's actually very
Up
generous.
to,
of you.
say, 2,000 each.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
I was going to say no cap. So
Yeah, then I realized.
You just,
that-
you
game,
just
Cate.
look
You
and it
played
goes
great.
from like
Yeah.
1K, like 100 and 1K.
Yeah.
And you're like,
You played
Fuck you, Jeremy. I'm
Poker
sure it's
rewards
you if it
good
goes up
play.
that high.
yeah.
There's justice in poker, and you played wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Is he
I finally
trolling?
made top pair.
She
My
cleaned him out.
goodness. Quad Kings.
Do an interview before you get.
Sure.
Thanks for playing, buddy.
Thanks for playing from Matt Glantz.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for
I played
playing.
great.
Where'd Matt
Oh,
go?
amazing.
Drink more Red Bull. So this is a poor weekend for Mike Dentale. I think he lost close to like 20, 25 yesterday. That girl actually was the superstar of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure I was hot mic. The hot mic, it gets people.
Yeah. So that was a little uneventful, but we had a good time. Hope
We
you guys
did.
enjoyed it. We had the
We did.
true experience of, the player playing field, the player playing somewhere near GTO, and the commentator GTO, and then me. So it was
We had a nice.
we had a big
mix-
spectrum. We
had a
really had
nice
all
mix of
four,
stuff.
like the extremes of all four
We
ranges.
did.
Yeah.
We did. And we were hoping for some more fireworks, some more big pots. There was way more just like bleeding. In
Yeah,
this
it was
match.
just because it's kind of because Dentale doesn't raise enough. Cate was making a bunch of checks with medium strike hands and still getting paid off. Once she realized he was always calling,
Yeah.
she just went, okay, I have 2 pair. I'm going to bet really big, and it's kind of crazy that you think about the Deuce 5 hand is Dentale knows when he jams the turn there, she's not folding a better hand.
Yeah.
So he has to be trying to get her to fold maybe a flush draw, but it seems very weird she would bet that amount and possibly commit herself or have to fold with that much in there, the way the match was going.
Yeah. The final hand just like jamming on the turn there.
Yeah.
Like you're
Call and play poker.
you're making it so that if
She
she
plays
was
perfect.
bluffing,
Yeah.
she folds, and if she has a good hand, it's just over.
Yeah.
So-
Sometimes you have 3 outs or some chop outs, but based on her check.
Mike is here with us.
Mike, come in.
Do I call and leave the call 1,000 there?
Well,
Yeah, you had 2,000 left.
3,000. You had 3,000
You
back.
had 3,000. You had 3,000 behind.
Mike
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in.
Do I call 1,000 and leave myself with 3,000?
It was 1,300 and you would have had 3.
So Mike, general
So she's
consensus.
gonna push the river, and what do I do on the river?
You look at her and use your live reads. You had good
You
reads on her.
decide.
When you trusted your instincts, you were right almost every time by
I mean,
calling
it's
her hand
easy
out.
when she has a
She had you.
setup.
We agreed. She had like better hand every big pot you guys played. You know,
See, I mean,
we saw every hand.
Mike,
gotta
the
understand.
banter was good though. The banter was good.
There was good banter
The
with you and the girl in the
poker-
crowd. That we needed
Got a
more
little
of the girl in
sketchy.
the crowd.
you guys gotta understand something also.
Oh, let me put it. Let me hand the.
Stay safe.
I want to hand the mic to you
No,
so they can
stay
hear
safe.
you.
They can hear me. The mic's good. Stay there. I want you to stay here.
Can you guys hear Mike?
1, if you can hear Mike. 2, if you cannot hear Mike.
So you were talking a lot of shit when I was in here, huh?
No, I was talking a lot of shit. You were playing awful. That was not your best poker. You're better than that.
Can I tell you something though?
Yeah, she ran better than you for
Can
sure,
I tell
and she put you on
something,
tilt.
though? And tell me if I'm wrong. When you're playing a game heads up and you have someone consistently making top pair and you're getting consistently 10-5, and you say do this and do that, it's very easy to say what I should do.
Yeah.
But put yourself in my shoes.
They can
Okay,
barely,
they-
barely,
and
they can
try and
barely
put
hear
yourself
you.
in my shoes.
Hop on in here for a minute. Hop on in here.
I don't want. I just stick here and talk with you guys.
Okay.
All right, but they can't hear
There's
you.
like 10,000 people who want to hear you.
you guys,
So
you're getting awkwardly close to each other.
You guys, what do you think I should have did with the ace deuce hand?
I think
Call and evaluate
call and
river.
decide on the river.
Well, I call. Okay, and how much is in the middle?
You're gonna call when the king comes off in the
How
river.
much
You're
is-
going broke on that runoff. You would have-
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
even, I'm dead
But
either
but
way.
then you keep her bluffs in.
But hear me out. I call the 1,000. There's 3,000 in the middle. Let's say the king doesn't come off on the river. She's betting, obviously, right?
I think you can fold spades because I think that's a lot of her barreling.
I can't put her on a missed flush draw. I can't put her
Yeah,
on
that's why
he
you
has spade.
Yeah. I mean, it's at that point, I was either folding or all in.
No.
I was never calling.
No, you have to call because if she's bluffing, she's gonna fold.
Yeah, but she's not dumb enough to not bet after I call that 1,300. Once I put that 1,300 there, she's never
So
checking
then
back the
that's
river.
more reason to call. Then if that's your logic, you call and let her keep
Right, but,
because she's dumb
but
enough
my
to bet.
whole thing was saying, okay, does she have a bluff hand here? Is she on a flush draw? Maybe I have the best hand, and I could just take it down right here. I mean,
Yeah, but yes, if she had specifically a flush draw, it would work out for you. But then when she has a good hand, you get stacked. And if she has like a straight draw or she
If she
wants
has,
to
like,
bluff
queen
the
jack
I
river-
or,
also
like-
have top pair and ace.
No, I know.
It's hard for her
Hey,
to have.
We
I
weren't advocating folding. We just thought calling was better than shoving.
Listen,
That-
if I had more chips behind me, 1,000% I would have called.
Oh
that.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
at the point I was at, when it says
She
3,000, I
put-
call. I'm left with 2
we
to 1.
didn't like her big sizing, but it did put a lot
Plus
of pressure
sizing
on you.
was another reason I call. Who fucking blasts a set of kings like that?
It was a blast.
Yeah,
The
we
turn
did
was
not like that
She
sizing from her.
pot-sized the bet to say, you know, I made it look like I had a flush draw, and
But
she
the bigger she
blasted.
bets, the more you should want to call. Because the bigger she bets, she's saying I either have a really good hand or I'm bluffing.
Right.
Against that, you want to call. Because that way, if she's
I
bluffing.
agree. If I
Okay.
didn't have, after being left with 2 to 1, that was my whole situation.
But-
I just felt I didn't want to be put to the test on the river. I
So
didn't.
you want to put her to the test instead.
I didn't think she was ever gonna. I didn't think she was ever gonna check back, no matter what card came back. And I thought I might. It was a good chance I had the best hand. You know, listen, I haven't.
I agree. We both think you should get stacked there.
Yes.
No one's saying fold.
And once the king comes on the river, then I'm
Yeah, you're,
never folding.
of course, because she doesn't barely king because she'd check back marginal
Right.
every time. So the king's a great card.
But let me ask you a
So-
question: Who blast pot heads up with a set of kings when I could have so many draws? She almost wanted me out of the pot.
I'm going to say Cate Hall does.
Yeah,
Cate Hall does versus Mike Dentale.
Exactly.
I
I mean,
think-
and you got to understand something also. It gets a little frustrating when you look down at 10-5 numerous times.
How
And
many
I
Red
know
Bulls did you have, by the way?
Like 1,000. I know you
Brought to
say.
you by Red Bull.
I know you say you wanted me to
It
do a
gives
lot of
you
things,
kings.
but it also hurts your game when you're not, psychologically. You
Listen,
can't
I had
play
a
your
very
best
similar
also.
thing with Jay Farber when he played heads up versus Reese. Reese always had the best hand. It looked like he was getting outplayed, but he never had the best hand. And every pot you guys played, the one hand you actually made the best hand, the Jackson sixes, she made a really good fold of a 7 versus you. That was the only time you made a better
Just
hand
won
than
one
versus.
7. She had just a pair of 7.
Yeah, 7. She had 7-5. So like I'm saying,
I
we
mean, it's
completely
hard
agree.
for her to call. My bet never looks like a bluff there.
Exactly, and I think you were very unfortunate. Cards just screwed you over, but it's still you might have played too many big pots with the marginal hand
What
you
about
had.
the first hand when she
Well,
played
look,
trips?
so-
and
we all
I
said
mean,
she. Well, Doug actually. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, you ran really bad in terms of like distribution. You got a lot of bad hands. You got a lot, everything bricked, constantly bricked. You were
How many
even-
combo
even if
draws
you-
did I get?
hold on,
Straight
Zero.
to flush
Zero.
draws.
One second.
You had the super draw every time. You never
Right.
got.
And she would
You never
her
hit a
right.
flush draw
and her
straight.
top pair held like, and she would have top pair. It would hold.
1 second.
And it's an easy
One
call.
sec. 1 sec. You were not gonna win today with the cards that you got.
Yes, you had 0% chance.
What we're saying is just that there's a few things you should have done that were better.
Oh,
Like,
I don't disagree, of course, but I want to let you know one thing also. When you put yourself in my shoes and you're not making hands and you're trying to make something happen, it's hard to play your best game. You know, I was changing my bet size.
I gave you a lot of compliments on that. The first match, when you went from that 5,000 to 15,000,
Right.
you played better than her for that stretch.
Right.
You bluffed her. You did a bunch of
Right,
creative
I
things.
knew I had to.
And you played great there. It just feel like mentally after that you weren't the same guy.
It was hard too because
Yeah.
you got to understand. Also,
It's frustrating when you just
also
always get shown the nuts. Like
need a
Doug
couple of
for
pots
2
here
days
and
showed
there.
everyone the nuts, and that's why he won 120,000 this weekend.
it was good.
It's just he had top pair or better every
apparently,
hand.
I ran the numbers.
I
and
just want to say
really
this.
good
to,
hands
I,
are
ju-
profitable.
I just want to say this to the thing that upsets me the most is letting down whoever put money on me. I truly apologize. That hurts
Oh,
me more than anything.
don't sweat
You're
it,
a
man.
professional gambler. People made
Yeah,
what
but
they
I
thought
know
was a good
lot
bet.
of people put a lot of money on me.
Well, then
And,
you should be that should help your ego. They were
Why?
confident because they put their money behind you, which is more than just the
But I,
support.
But you don't want to lose your friends' money or lose people that trusted you money. I feel that.
Yeah.
I felt that same way when I've done some challenges before, you know, and I felt that pressure, you know.
Right.
So I understand what you're saying.
I mean, to all the viewers out there, there were a lot of good viewers out there, and
A lot. 10,000 people. I
right,
think
and
we got
we
up to.
appreciate all those guys watching and contributing.
And girls.
Right, and girls. But to all the trolls out there, you bunch of lowlifes, go fuck yourself.
You heard that, and that's like 20% of our audience.
Oh, there are so many trolls out there. That is what we needed. We need more of that at the table. Dentale is the fucking man, as you see.
Amazing.
You know, he took his beating and came in here
Yeah,
still
yeah.
firing. I think we need a round 2, but Cate must talk mid every hand if we're ever going to happen again.
Yeah.
Or maybe play that girl in the rail, like the girl in the audience who was like learning poker,
Oh, that
because
was
she had
great.
some good banter. She had some good needles. Yeah.
Oh man, that was
I was
amazing.
playing 2 girls at once.
The table talk was,
Well, with
was
all the
great
text she
though.
was
the
getting.
the table talk was
Yeah.
I understand. I
outstanding.
would have did more of it.
You
but
need someone to bounce off.
it's
It's so tough to
when
do.
you're not making
She
hands.
Yeah,
says
yeah.
she also says one-word responses. You have
Right.
nothing to retort. Like
Right.
the whole good like
The
roast
tax
battle.
returns thing was good.
How
Yeah.
How can I talk trash when I'm losing hands? It's like, it's tough to do. Talk
It's tough.
trash and lose hands.
It is tough to do.
So I really wanted to do that also. Listen, my whole main thing with this whole match was the bottom line is I don't think she's gracious and accepting and thankful for her run good. That tilts me the most more than anything. I think she disrespects the poker community by not being humble. If she was, I would say, listen, you deserve it. You're being humble. You play your best. God bless you. But when she comes onto the scene thinking it's all her and it's all her playing great, when the majority of it is a run good, it's a slap in the face to all the grinders out there that put their heart and soul in this game and still didn't get the reward they deserve that she got that she didn't deserve. And I think that's disrespectful to the game.
Because she's a woman, you think?
Women has nothing to do with it. This whole from day one had nothing to do with her being a female.
But I mean,
I will tell you.
but to be honest, like, I think like if someone with Kate's, with what she's done in poker, and she was a man, it's kind of unlikely she would be in the same position in the poker world.
No, we have guys
Right? I
like
think
that,
that's,
and we
is that
rip
fair
them
to say?
also.
I'm always a little on edge in these things, but I think that's relatively fair to say.
I'm giving you my honest opinion. It has
Right.
nothing to do with being a woman. There's a lot of talented women players out there that play very well, and a lot of them play a great game. I truly don't believe she's one of them. I think her game is basically picking up a lot of hands. It's very easy to play the game when you run good. Let's see how she, like I said, if she was making great folds and great calls. I mean, look at the hand she was tanking with ace high when it went running sevens. It's a snap call. I knew she had ace high. I mean, it was like, I'm like, ace high, it's hilarious. I know what we both have, and she doesn't know. I mean, what are you thinking about? I mean, listen, I don't know what to say. I'm just like,
Maybe she didn't get ace 10 very much, and that's her hand, right? So like if she got a little more ace 10, things could have been different.
right. I mean, she needed just to call off 80 bigs in a 10K buy-in, like with 3-hour levels, and she would have did good.
Yeah, well, the levels were 2 hours, as Sean has been telling us.
I want a nice little prop bet on that one. Thank you for
They do.
finishing.
Sean is currently going to be matching the next donations we have.
There's only been like $100 of donations so far.
but there has not been. And you did raise $341 for the charity.
Oh,
If
awesome,
people,
man.
People
That's
wanted to
great.
get there and
I
donate.
mean, that's the most important thing is raising money for charity and helping people less fortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, I always love to help out and do whatever I can. And all you grinders out there, keep grinding, but don't go broke.
Well, that's what they try. They try to do that.
And listen, even though these two, I heard these guys, were trying to be honest and they threw me under the bus a little bit. Listen, it's all good, but we're going to go drinking later and I'm going to tackle both of them.
I am going to. Oh, what's that? What's going on? All right, you gave it your best though, man. It was very entertaining and bad run of cards. So what are you really gonna do about it?
See you, Mikey. Hey, get some McAllen's waiting for us. We'll be there. Thank you.
All right.
That was what we need. Are we going to get a Cate Hall winner interview? No, she's not. Okay. Let's try to get her in quickly. Just, give her
both
equal
sides,
screen time. Yeah.
Both sides of the fence here.
That was what we expected with Dentale coming in here. We were hard on him, but like he said, it's very frustrating when you don't have the best hand. And he could have saved some money on a few of those hands, but a lot of them he was destined to lose, 3, 4 big blinds, and it adds up when you're only 100 blinds effective.
Clearly there were a lot of hands that he should have played better, but he also, did not have good hands.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the reasons why I was saying before that in any heads-up match, you have to be careful with making the line too favorable towards one side because,
someone asked if we can go full screen. Can we do that? No. Sorry, guys, we can't make full screen.
We can't do full screen.
I take up enough of the screen as it is. You probably don't want me to be full screen.
Yeah. So, that is the way that it goes in heads up. I think that maybe both players also playing in this type of
different.
situation
Yeah, it's different than a normal heads-up
game.
match. Seeing the whole cards, knowing what's going on, knowing, tens of thousands of people are watching, even hundreds of thousands are going to watch it on CBS Sports in a few months.
Right.
It's very different, and that I think they both felt the pressure, and I think neither of them played as up to their potential, but I think, they're both somewhat happy with, the way it went, and, Dentale really had no shot. He never was leading. He started off both sessions losing, 4,000 or 5,000 the first hand. It's so tough to, overcome that deficit when he just never had a big hand he could value bet, never had a big bluff he could get through. And every time he barreled something, Cate had the perfect hand to call or raise or, or win the pot.
Yeah, but Cate also played good.
Yeah.
You got to give credit where credit is due.
She got a couple. She played tight. They got a couple bluffs through.
Definitely played better today.
Yeah.
And overall played very solid. I agree with most of the decisions.
I think she
made.
played a very good style versus Mike. I think, betting big and, just letting him call. She recognized he was overcalling, not bluff raising, and she just exploited him.
Yeah.
So you must have learned that in Doug's course, I'm sure.
There was a lot of stuff from the course put into play there. But, man, I just love heads up. I just love, one-on-one games in general.
It's so, the great thing about heads up is everyone is so different. You try to teach someone your way, and you're obviously top 3, 1, whatever, however high you are on the board.
Right.
It's way fucking up there. I am in the hundreds of thousands of that, ranking system. And it's still awesome that I can find people worse than me. I think, I would love to play either one of them. I think it would be fun.
For sure.
I doubt I'm not enough of a shit talker, I think, to get one of those matches. I'm too polite to everyone.
Yeah, you're way too polite. That's Deep. I would put him in, but he's just so polite. Never slow rolls anyone.
Yeah. I forgot to compliment on his good slow roll. Damn it.
Oh yeah,
that was one of my favorite hands.
That was good as well.
Yeah, Cate could have slow rolled a little bit when she had him drawing dead. When he tank goes that, he has an ace. Come on, Cate.
Doug, this is from Central BS. Doug, can you talk about how tilting it is to have to explain how to play poker to Deep? It's not that tilting because he's a nice guy. Yeah. And no, look,
he wants to make me better, so I play games. I also do
want to say, while I don't play in the way that you play, and I do think that my way of playing, that approach, I think it's better.
I wish I played your approach.
But
yes.
I also do want to say to the people that are more on the other side of the fence, if you are good at the game of live reads and what people are doing, if you're good at that game, you can make more money.
Yeah.
Definitely. The problem is it's one of those things where if you go one step too far and you're not making good reads, it's super easy to just jump off the deep end.
Yeah.
And so it's a dangerous game. The people that do it well are going to obviously see good results from that. And I guess don't have enough experience with that style. I just try and use maybe if it's close between two, use that as a deciding factor rather than really trying to embrace that as my way of playing, because I just trust in my ability to play a good theoretical strategy.
And trust me, if I could, put Doug's brain of his theory in with my reads, I'm sure it'd be the best, or one of the best. I don't know.
All
Maybe
right, so
that's
we're
too
gonna
egotistical. We're gonna morph into one
tie
person.
us together, and we'll both
We're
look
gonna
at
need
it,
some really
and I'll
big
be like,
clothes.
I'll be like, and then these are like, and then they'll be like, all right, 250. That'd be it. One hell of a poker player.
Yeah. We'd have all the games.
Also,
now.
by the way, we're in the booth here, but exception I guess Cate now. The only people to win this weekend. Who else won? Who else won money?
Glance won.
Classic Glance.
Fucking Glance.
But I mean, he basically didn't win. He won what, 5,000 or something.
Yeah, Cate won.
Cate obviously won. That's
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're not sure. It was a rough day. When people have the big wins that me and you had, it's very tough for other people to win. I mean, we took almost 200,000 off the game in 2 days.
Wow, that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, at 25.50.
That's actually.
It's a lot of blinds.
Is that much?
I mean, I won 30 and 40, and you won
like 125 or something.
Oh, I was not even thinking of the 51 game as well. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We got the week. Oh.
All right. So this is
cool. This
Phil
is
Hellmuth actually won this weekend. Except
wait,
he's
so
also a
from
winner
the games yesterday and the day before, we had 2 winners. Deep, can you please read us the 2 winners for the weekend?
Doug. Well, that's just day 1. No, you got 2 days. So you got to combine.
I see. Oh, I see. It's 2
Yeah.
days. Oh, okay.
Oh, there actually was a couple winners from my day.
we do.
So Doug won 72,000. I won 28,000 or so. Ken Callis lost $25. Joe Kim lost
for
$150.
him. That's like a bottom 5 percentile.
Yeah. So and then on the second day, I won 39,000. Glance won 17. Hellmuth won 11.6 to offset his 3,000 loss. Ari Buckhalter won 1,000. And so, there was a lot of money up top from those guys.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hellmuth did good this weekend.
Yeah.
Good.
But he lost, a couple thousand or so to me on this side bet.
Yeah.
I printed off that. Kane also lost a few thousand. So
that
was
not be
pretty
good.
sweet for me, Makes up for some of the money I punted off on the late night drunken session.
Yeah, that game was good.
For you.
Well, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me.
Doug, it was painful for Doug to quit at 5 in the morning. He's like, I got to go to the gym, and I'm like, I don't have that problem. I'll still play poker.
I actually, I felt bad leaving because of how good of a situation
And
it was.
you knew it was breaking the game, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in that spot before, so I usually just keep playing because I'm
yeah,
a
but
degenerate.
I already only got 6 hours of sleep last night.
That's so much for me. If I
Really?
get 4, I'm average.
I can't function on less than 6. 6
You'll
is
wait till you have
bare.
kids in 15 years. Not anytime soon. Is the
not-
girl listening? Is she gonna throw you under the bus if you say you're not having kids?
Well,
soon?
I mean, she might be listening, but we're not planning on having kids anytime soon.
Okay.
So we're
Mistakes
just fine.
happen, by the way, Doug.
No,
there are GTO things.
By the
in
way,
bedroom.
Sean's children. I hope we get this recorded right here.
Hey, neither
one
were
day
mistakes.
when you're older.
Neither were mistakes.
Oh,
The third one
boy.
might be, if there is a third one.
All right, noted.
On my side.
If
the
you have a
wife
third kid, they're going to be happy.
Hey, I hope so. They'll have a great mom and a shitty dad. So like most people.
That's a flip.
Yeah. So shout out to my wife Ashley if she is still watching. I love you. I might come home tonight if you book me a flight like I texted you.
Wow, that was really strong.
What? So look at there's the text that shows all the flights that are available.
I also want to give a shout out to my mom. I know she stopped by to watch some of the streams this weekend. I don't know if she's here or not, but thanks, Mom, for being here. Check out Poker Night in
Mama
America.
Doug?
Exactly, Mama Doug.
All right.
Also, shout out to the chat. We got a lot of great people.
Yeah, I hope you
a
guys
lot of friendly
enjoyed.
faces.
It's so tough when there's this many viewers to keep up. We're trying to respond. You guys make this fun for us. We're just sitting here talking. We would have nothing to talk about besides Doug insulting me. So we're glad you guys had some great needles, some great insults. I've been seeing some great photoshops on Twitter. We're gonna go through and retweet some of the best stuff.
Absolutely.
And hopefully next few Poker Night events, maybe me and Doug somehow will leave a game and get in the booth again because I really enjoyed this and.
It was great. I want to thank Poker Night America for having me.
SugarHouse is one of the greatest properties, like all the other Rush Street properties we've been to. Rivers in Schenectady, Rivers in Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
Always take care of the players. We have
really good experiences at Rivers in Pittsburgh. I've been there a couple times for the Brains AI
Oh yeah,
Challenge.
I forgot you've been there for that.
And just a lot of great people that I got to meet there, and the hospitality is,
and the other sickest thing about this company is. The higher-up execs love poker. A lot of casinos, they don't even know what's going on. These guys are watching the stream. They're the reason these shows are going on.
Yeah.
They respect poker players, respect the skill we have, and want to help expose poker to even more people, and that is what we need, and we
Absolutely.
can't thank them enough for the opportunity.
Absolutely. It's good to have things in poker going that continue to make the game bigger and better and bring people in and give us, because like here's the thing. I know in the last 5 years or so, there's been some negative things for poker. Really, Black Friday obviously was
Me outing people.
a pretty bad thing. Deep outing people, me outing people. We've both done our fair share of that. So, but look, I know that like there's been negative things in terms of poker, like declining a little bit, at least online. But there are a lot of good things still happening for poker. There still are, live poker in a lot of areas is growing. A lot of
A
tournaments.
lot of new casinos are
a lot of
opening. And you're
tournaments are
seeing,
growing.
like
New casinos
yeah,
opening.
that's awesome. Like you see people who like went from home games are getting into poker, seeing it on TV, trying it out, coming from the pit, and saying, hey, let me figure out how to play at 1-2. Listen, everyone out there, start small. Bankroll management, Doug's Bankroll Challenge, be a great place to learn.
Yeah, and we're going to be starting that back up next week. So on Doug Plug Poker, stop by sometime, guys, and enjoy some micro stakes on me.
All right. I guess we're tuned out. I guess Cate is back at the hotel counting up her money.
It's 30,000.
30,000. Well, I hope they took care of the dealers a little bit.
That's very true.
Well, not they. I mean Cate, because I think Mike doesn't have much to take care of him
Probably
with anymore.
Cate, yes.
But yeah, it was super entertaining. It's exactly what we wanted, and we need more grudge matches. Let's
I like
let
the
the beef
format.
keep getting serious.
I like the format. I think I think this is something that definitely could have
every 6 months we need a big grudge
longevity
match.
in
Yeah.
the poker community.
And you can have like a vote. Like we can have like all these like different ones, whether it's me and Mattis out. Let the audience decide who they want to see, and just basically do like a NCAA bracket would be an awesome way to do it.
I think you're gonna have to find people willing to do it. I think
at this price point we can get a lot of people who, hey, if I'm gonna be a slight dog, I'll put on some good TV, get some exposure.
that's very true.
I think like this is the right buy-in
a
level.
bracket would be sick.
Yeah.
I would love to be part of that. Hint.
We got to get Matt
Hint.
Glantz, wherever
Matt.
you are. Matt, we want a bracket.
We want a bracket. So yeah, one last thing for me, guys, if you want to learn about how to play poker, I have a training site, upswingpoker.com. And, our strategy is a little bit different. Rather than just like a library of videos, we have a course. We start at the bottom. We go for foundations, and then we kind of build you up in a post-flop and playing explains and all that kind of stuff. So it's more of a course. You start at the beginning and become a good player from it. I'm extremely proud of the work that both myself and Ryan Fee have put into making what
I
it
love
is
my
today.
Ryan Fee. He's a great guy.
He is a great guy. He's one of my best friends, So
So the one thing I miss from Vegas is Ryan Fee.
he's in California now, though.
But
He's-
when I left Vegas,
yeah.
that was.
You guys both love your food.
Ye-
So anyway, if you are interested in learning about poker, even if you don't want to spend any money at all, we have free articles on Upswing, some free pre-flop ranges, and my YouTube channel too. So if you don't want to pay money, that's cool. And if you are interested in premium trading courses, there's something for everyone there as well.
Great. What a short plug you do, Doug.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm good thing Cate had your patch very visible all match though.
There was at one point it was just the G. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all right. It'll
It's
be
okay.
It'll
I'm
be
sure
just fine.
sure when the actual episode comes out on the show, you might have some promos in the episodes for you.
Maybe I'll get something. in
Yeah,
there
you're
somewhere.
smart like that.
All right.
Tuning out, guys. Hope you enjoy it. See you. I think the next Poker Night in America is going to be Choctaw, April 21st. So be sure to be on Twitch, or if you're nearby there, go there. The action's insane. The tournament field sizes are massive. Great place to just play poker. So definitely stop by there, and yeah, see you guys later.
And me too, guys.